So true, and this time around, those two teams can prepare for each other. So it's completely different than those stats on your screen, which were the stats of the pre-qualifier. This time around, you know your opponent, and we have things getting started with the first attack of Vatang, and they're choosing the Inferno Dragon, one of the best army compositions here in the game, especially against those anti-3-star bases. But at the same time, it's kind of risky because you're relying on your blimp to reach their town hall. Otherwise, you might end up on a 1-star. So let's see if everything is going as planned. The opening so far with the funnel at the top side with the minion, and now with the Yeti funnel on the right side, is looking promising.
Those of you excited to rejoin us for the World Championship will notice that there's been a big beef up on the battlefield. Town Hall 14 is out, and with it, big upgrades to all the heroes, defensive capabilities of this troop being leveraged to the maximum. Those builder huts now deployed and firing back at the attacking troops, well lined up in the top right section here, that 2 o'clock position, pushing hard down and fast toward the town hall. Of course, that's what gets you the first 1-star, a 2nd star for 50%, and the coveted 3-star by demolishing the entire base, Hitsu.
Yeah, now we have the blimp flying in, and that blimp needs to reach the town hall. This town otherwise has no chance of going down, most likely, and the blimp is flying, and it's reaching its target. There's the rage. Those goons should have no problem whatsoever to take down this town hall. And now the Royal Champion is getting placed at the bottom of your screen to take down the rest of those defending buildings right there. But the Eagle is surviving for so much longer than needed. And this is a lot of damage on those Inferno Dragons. They're slowly dying out. And this is obviously not what you want to have to see as the attacker right here from the Vatang fans. And, well, we have the Inferno Dragons. There's now 1 Inferno Dragon left. The Red Mine is not taking it out yet. And the Royal Champion ability, do you think that's going to be enough for the 3-star booty?
It doesn't look like it to me, but hey, I've seen crazier finishes. There's still a minute left to get some additional chip damage off. Oh, the free spell catching that Eagle Artillery off means the last offensive ability has been used here. Young V just has to cross his fingers and pray that the preparation, the planning will be enough to crack through this last line of defense. Now, the Grand Warden surviving from that last Eagle Blast could give him just a little bit more oomph here, but we might start running down into time. You see that battle end countdown at the bottom of the screen. That's all the time that Young V has to finish off the remaining structures in this base. No more defenses to worry about, but does he have the firepower to get the job done?
This is so close. The one wizard is trying to work as hard as he can. Meanwhile, we have the Royal Champion and the Warden together to take down those buildings. It's 13 seconds left. The gold mines are going down with the Dark Elixir storage about to go down as well. It's like 7 seconds left. The army camp should go down as well. 4 seconds left. And the last building, is it going down? That's the big question. And no! It's a 99.999%. This was such a close attack. Oh my goodness, you can see it was going so smooth. But the Eagle staying up for too long was the downfall of this attack. And this is the first defense for Marcus Gaming in this match, actually.
Crushing defeat for our attackers, Young V. He's got a 97% average destruction, and he actually improved on that average with his last hit. But when it's not a 3-star, there is something left to be desired. Just a shred of a second separated him from ultimate glory and a disappointing finish. Now, we gotta say, a 2-star 99% is the best you could do short of that triple, but that means that there's now an opportunity by 11 from Marcos Gaming to move in and claim the dominant spot in this matchup.
Yeah, and we do that with another Inferno Dragon attack. The cool thing, like the reason why we see so many right in the beginning of this match is this strategy is not that hard to plan, which on the other side is giving great time for the rest of the team to come with their plans, because you have to know it's not a 24-hour match. Obviously, this is a really fast-paced match, which means 45 minutes match day, and this is only allowing for the players for 8-minute planning. That's it. They have 8 minutes to come up with those amazing plans, and this is why you bring those Inferno Dragons. They're really quick to plan, and this gives the rest of the time some additional time to plan out their attacks, and this is why we see those attack strategies in the beginning. We see the lightning's coming down for the sweeper, and now it's all about, yet again, for the wave of Inferno Dragons, just completely wrecking this base. We have the king and the queen is getting sent in as no, the queen already took down the town hall. I'm sorry, the king at the top side to push everything inside. And now, as soon as the town hall, the clan castle has been taken down, we have the royal champion is going to come in a bit later.
Right, you are, Itsu, and that early stab out on the 3 o'clock position, taking down that Town Hall really lets you breathe a sigh of relief and just focus on maximizing damage toward the end here. We have seen some occasional mistakes, missteps leaving that Town Hall up, and that is not something 11 wants to have to worry about. Knowing that his opponent's got that 2-star 99% right off the bat, nothing short of a 3-star will be enough to pull ahead, but he's running into a bit of trouble now as those Inferno Dragons have just been burnt up themselves. Now fighting along the outer edge of the base, trying to grab a few more percentage. He's sending in his last bit of offense here now. A Royal Champion stabbing right into the core of the base, and a Stone Slammer coming in surprisingly hot. Balloons popping right on out, but there's no more spells to support them, Itsu. They're right in the core of the base and getting heated up fast. Is it enough for the triple?
Oh, that's a good question. The king is here in the core and is tanking so much. The king is so tanky if you have leveled him up, and the Royal Champion really had a rough time to get through that. And now it's all about the Royal Champion trying to finish off this Hound on defense. But there is still a scatter shot, a multi-Inferno Tower, and the Warden is going down as well for the offense. This is not looking great for 11, and this might be already the second defense in this match. We already have talked about like Tower 14 with that defending poison is so scary, and you have to always invest a lot. On this one, it was the most important attacking tool, which is the queen, the most important troop in your army composition. He had to trade her with that town hall, and this was not enough power for the backhand. This looks like another defense in this match, and this is not the highest percentage either. So far, after one attack each, we have the tank side with a really small lead, and we can see how the core was just too strong with this multi-Inferno Tower. And that multi-Inferno Towers, they are really strong against those Inferno Dragons. And we saw that right there, Woody.
Heavy investment with the Queen sacrifice early on to grab that Town Hall. And it turned out that it was the defending troops and not the buildings that wound up gaining 11 much more trouble than he was expecting, it seemed. Gobbling up his Royal Champion and then Lava Hound popping out and distracting the rest of the attackers. That's going to be a big advantage now for Vatang. They've held on to their lead with a respectable average destruction advantage there, 99% to 85%. So that is definitely something that you could see Marcos Gaming being able to make up in the long run, but for now, Vatang are in the driver's seat, and it's Lanslada to make the next strike. He is also one of the highest hit rate attackers for Vatang, picked up 5 3-star strikes out of the 6 attacks in the pre-qualifier matches, so expecting great things out of him despite the difficulty of these strong bases set up now. We're actually watching a Queen walk along the outer edge, supported by a Unicorn, popping her off with a little bit of healing power there and some healers to back her up. She is going places, Itsu.
Yeah, Woody, that was actually one of the most used strategies in the pre-qualifier. The Queen Charge Alada, one of the favorite strategies of those pros, because you have just so much impact on that attack strategy. Every single step, you can plan it out. And if you actually plan the attack right, you can see already in the beginning pretty much if this is going to be a 3-star. Additional, a note, as this opening is already like slowly heating up, then Sloda really high up there in Legends League, and you can see that with most of those players in this qualifier being really strong in this Legend League, and it's so important to just stay fresh and always train your attacking skills, and that's what he is doing. And the Queen Charge slowly is getting deeper inside the space. He has a jump spell to get access to this multi-Inferno Tower. And let's see where exactly this jump spell is going to go down. Right in between of the Inferno Tower and the Eagle. And he wants to go all the way into the Eagle compartment. And now he's just deciding, hey, the Town Hall, last building, I'm going all the way, Woody. No risk whatsoever.
Big investment with his Queen Charge straight to the core. You saw he dropped a poison spell for those defending CC troops, but it was a little bit early, and those pups were so much of a problem for this Queen to have to get through. She isn't going at all for that Town Hall, like you mentioned there, Itsu, and that's going to require Lanslada to invest that Blimp, going straight for it to ensure that that 1st star gets secured. Pop the Eternal Tome from that Warden, and on the bottom right-hand corner, a big army is still collapsing on the rest of this base. But the big problem with those long Queen Charge attacks is that they take takes so much time. Only 50 seconds left to try to secure the 3-star or get as much damage done as possible. He still has a big compartment on the left side with Teslas ready to zap through anything that comes nearby.
Yeah, but the power of this army composition on the back is just incredible. He has 1 freeze left. He has the Royal Champion still left. Lassie went down, but still, that's totally alright. With that freeze now, the Royal Champion should win that 1 versus 1 against the enemy Warden, the defending Warden. And you can see this insane Loon Parade making its way into the Tesla farm. This should be the first 3-star of this match, of these pre-qualifier. We have the last Tesla going down. The Elixir storage is going down as well. And this is the 3-star 4-lens loader. And Vatang is pushing ahead for now. And that was a beauty of an attack, even though the Queen did not get through the core of this base.
Even soaking red air bombs and Tesla zapping through that balloon parade. Lands Lotta with an overwhelming victory, grabs the very first 3-star of this Clash of Clans World Championship season. Congratulations to Vatang, now firmly in the lead with not just that percentage advantage, but picking up a triple. This is going to demand a big response from Marcos Gaming. Even a 3-star from them would not be enough to pull it back in. But don't forget, they picked up the win over Vatang in the pre-qualifier. Vatang, now knowing that they cannot underestimate their opponent, have really put as much pressure as they can handle on the battlefield. The eyes of Goresh are upon you as he marches toward the battlefield, ready to show us what he's got.
Yeah, we have one of the strongest ground army compositions right now on your screen, which is the P.E.K.K.A. Smash army composition. It is just so powerful right now, and a lot of pros really like to run it. It was the most used ground strategy in the pre-qualifier, and he's starting off with a Warden Walk, which is always like some time to chill, take a look at the base, and try to somehow identify the entry point. And I think he's going to try to get into this scattered compartment on the top side of your screen, going to send in the blimp on the town hall. You just want to dodge that poison. It is just so scary to face. With taking down the blimp, or with using that blimp to take down the town hall, it is not as scary anymore because your main squad is somewhere else. Now you can see at the top side, the funnel is getting started with that P.E.K.K.A. King is getting used as well with some support of that P.E.K.K.A. And now the rest of those P.E.K.K.A. are going to get into that compartment. Super Wizards in behind, and that blimp should be placed any second now to take down this town hall and make sure that the 2nd star is secure.
Bit of a slow start here, but let's give him a shot. Goresh did actually have the lowest average destruction of any member of his team at just 89.6%. He has got something to prove here. He definitely loves strategic games, though. That's why he told us he got involved in Clash of Clans, because he loves showing his abilities off on the main stage. There's definitely got to be a lot of nerves for this champion, though. Making his way toward the town hall, he'll get some early hits off there, but the builders are starting to try to repair it. It might have a bit of difficulty. It does go down, though, the 1st-star claim. And with the Giga Bomb and Poison going off right afterwards, there's no more attacking troops on the left side of the field. But with the 2-star secured, Goresh is going to be doing as much damage as he can along the outer edges, pushing down to the bottom side of the base. But 3 stars seems like a bit tall order, if you ask me, Itsu.
Yeah, it's all about now how quick can he take down this enemy king. The Royal Champion can one-shot those back-end Teslas, so even though it seems to be a lot on the back end, this can be totally alright as long as the enemy king is going down quickly, and that's exactly what just happened. We have the king with the healers on the outside. The Royal Champion is taking down the multi-inferno tower, and now it's all about time, because 40 seconds is left, and this is not left of this base. Royal Champion ability now is getting used. As I said, the Tesla are going down with that Royal Champion ability. And we have the P.E.K.K.A. and the Wizards trying to support the king, the main squad. But is this still enough to take down the base, Woody? What do you think?
It just might be it. You know, I called it a tall order, but he might be up to the task. Another spell goes out there trying to shield his attacking troops from the sight of those enemy cannons. They're starting to fire away. Royal Champion has gone down awfully low, but the point defenses are not going to be enough to deny them. 3 seconds left, and it's another nail biter. Clenching his fists, he smashes through, but cannot get the triple. A 98% 2-star for Goresh, and once again, we are seeing just how close the margin of victory is for these 3-star hits, how time is never on your side as an attacker, and you always must strike first, strike hard, and show no mercy if you want to slither away with a triple.
Yeah, so far really unfortunate starting for Marcos Gaming. They had so close attack so far. So let's see if they can get in the defense. That would be so important to make sure that they have the chance of coming back. But Vatang on the other side, they want to put up the pressure. They want to make sure that Marcos Gaming is having problems with like concentrating, knowing that they are behind. And now it's up to the team captain, CDR, and he is coming in with yet again another Queen Charge Lalo. As we said already, one of the most favorite attack strategies of those pros. And let's see how exactly he's going to get this queen into the core of the base. He is having 5 rages and 3 freezes. That's it. He does not need more than just this. Starting off with the pull-in, but there's the NATO trap. This was a huge bait, and this is really hard to recover because those Yetis are not making it into the compartment. And there's the entire Tesla farm. He's trying to push those Yetis back, but this won't work. And now there is the multi-inferno tower staying up, and this is not how he was hoping for things happening. And now he needs to place the healers soon, otherwise the queen is going to die. Healers are getting placed. And now it's all about raging this queen and the healers up and make sure that she's staying alive. Take down the enemy queen, freezing the enemy queen, but the queen ability has to be used as well, so a lot of investment already. And he needs to use the Royal Champion most likely to take down this enemy defending multi-inferno tower. Otherwise, the queen cannot reach it, and those healers are not going to have a great day entering into this attack. Woody, what do you think of this attack so far?
This is a nightmare scenario for CDR, facing off against trap after trap, having to drop so many spells, and he's not even on the inside of the base yet. But if anyone can cope with this, it is this man, the captain of the Vatang squad, with a 99.5% average destruction, 5 3-star strikes out of 6 hits so far, but he's lost his queen.
Yeah.
What can you do at this point, Itsu?
It's a really hard time to come back from. I mean, it's a queen charge Lalo. There's like, typically what you're doing is queen charging the entire base and then putting up a clean up Lalo. The reason for this is Lalo is the quickest army composition pretty much in the game, and the town needs to go down. Otherwise, there's a huge problem. The town is going down. And now it's all about saving those percentages. They had the lead, but this was exactly what needed to happen for Marcos Gaming. They needed that defense, and now he's trying to circle the base. He's not even trying to get deep into the core of the base because the percentages are on the outside of this base. So he tries to send in those loons groups from the outside to pick off some more percentages, because this is all about what he can do at this point. And raising everything up, trying to collect some more buildings. And at this point, I don't think this is going to be a 3-star, and just about collecting more percentages to make sure that they're staying in front, even if Marcos Gaming is going to 3-star the next attack.
The Defender Drag is one of 2 base builders on the Marcos Gaming lineup, and he told us before the matches began that he tries to defend against common meta strats. He perfectly predicted the line of attack from CDR, and with traps aplenty has effectively shut down this hit. This is really going to be the thing that Marcos Gaming needed to get back into this match. Having already lost one of their bases on a 3-star strike from Vatang, they have finally pulled off the defensive victory, and with an impressive overall damage success for Marcos in the low to mid 80s, CDR, the strongest striker on the Vatang squad, has been repelled. They sent out their champion. Their Goliath was ready to smash, but they could not fell this base, Itsu.
Yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful attack. And now it's all about getting into the head of your opponent, because they just ran into one of the baits, which means they have to rethink their already planned attacks. So they have to kind of rethink. Do we think there's going to be another bait? Maybe we run into another bait. Do we have to invest more troops in the beginning of the attack? So all of those thoughts are going to go through the heads of Vatang now. And this is one of the moments where it's like really, really shaky. Because if you're going to fail the next attack, this could be devastating regarding the mind game, basically. But for Marcos Gaming, it's now really important to get this 3-star in, because otherwise, well, they're still behind an entire star versus Vatang. And this is yet again another Lalo attack. This time around, it's going to be a Skelly Donut, I guess. This means he wants to take down the clan castle with skeleton spells and with the rage and with invisibility spells. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. There's no poison in this army composition, because you don't need a poison if the clan castle is already down, Woody.
Big brain moves coming in next from Drag. Marcos Gaming has been down many times before, but they are a clan that is known for their perseverance. They showed off their talent in the pre-qualifier by getting the 4th seed and taking out previous world finalist teams like Team Elevate, representing 11 Original. They've been up against Vatang before, and having picked up that victory, they know that they have to be in this for the long haul. A defensive win is good, but you got to go back on the offense and claim that triple to go toe-to-toe against a world finalist team. Taking out the Town Hall early gives Drag that opening that he's looking for to finish off with that big donut. Taking the chop next, it's going to be a hero stab at the bottom corner. Unicorn going to once again back it up that Archer Queen for a little bit of a walk along the exterior to provide some funneling. That's a really important feature to any attack on a base that is this spread out. You want to have your Lava Hound and balloons circling around the base. I'm guessing we're going to go for kind of a counterclockwise positioning here, seeing as that Eagle Artillery could be such a big problem. So start at that 3 o'clock position, work your way up till 12, and then do everything you can to push into the last corner of the base on that left side of the screen.
Yeah, that's exactly what is happening. As you said, he's starting off on the Eagle side to make sure that that's going down early. The Eagle can be such a scary defense. Warden ability to catch all of the loons and even the Slammer pushing through the core of the space. There's reinforcements coming in from the top side as well with more loon groups hasting into the back, and there's no space left at this point. You have to remember, the Skelly Donut was really expensive in the beginning. Now it's all about overpowering the back, and the Slammer has not even opened yet. And now with the Royal Champions, it's still alive, and still with her ability, this looks like a huge overkill from Drag. He should be able to push through the backhand with nearly 1 minute left. And this is looking so overpowering. 1 Tesla, 1 Archer Tower, and 1 Wizard. Oh, there's another Tesla on the left side, but this should be no problem whatsoever. Opening up the Slammer to make sure the Dragon is starting with that cleanup. And this is going to be a crushing 3-star for Marcos Gaming. And this means they are back in business with this attack, picking up the 7 stars now as well. And this is now all tied up again after an amazing start of Vatang.
Congratulations to Drag. That is probably the most impressive takedown on a base that we have seen so far today. High potential for an MVP award, despite having only picked up 41% hit rate in the pre-qualifiers. He has shown up in style today when it matters most for his squad. And just like you said, too, having it all tied up means that it's all down to the last 2 attackers for each clans. That replay giving you another juicy look at the cleanup from that attack. I gotta say, I was really impressed by how the Stone Slammer collapsed into the final edge of that base, with balloons still out in front to soak those seeking air mines, popping that Stone Slammer right when he knew that he could get a little bit more damage per second out of those troops, just to close that time differential as much as possible. With a 95% average destruction, Marcos Gaming has not only tied up the star total, but is ahead on the tiebreaker. The fire is really to Vatang's feet now to try to claim that lead again.
Yeah, now we're seeing a strategy which was actually one of the got hit the hardest, I would say, for Town Hall 14. The Super Witches, they were just so strong on Town Hall 13, but got like really hit hard by this Town Hall Poison. They have one of the lowest hit rates right now in the game for those strategies. So it's really interesting to see Div choosing this strategy to get into that base, doing a really great funnel at the beginning with that Warden. Now the Super Witches are getting sent into that base. He wants to push through, and then yet again we're seeing those blimps always for the tunnel. I think this is exactly what he's going for yet again with this one. The super giant skeletons are going in front with the witches following, and this means we have a lot of damage, maybe even the Warden ability soon. And there it is, blocking the Eagle shots, getting into the enemy king, and even deeper inside the base. But the king is not doing what he was supposed to do, and is not taking down the scatter shot, Woody.
Yeah, big miss there. The Yak is going to soak a few of those shots, but it is already starting to retarget onto the main force of the raid, firing away at those Super Witches, earning quite a bit of splash damage. That's going to require Diff to drop that Royal Champion, just to go at that bottom compartment, stabbing through. That was his plan B, and it looks like it is going to go through without much difficulty. Triggered some skeleton traps there, but that's not going to be enough to stop the Royal Champion. Spear in hand, she throws it directly into the heart of the space, and it's going to be supporting the battle blip now, going straight for that Town Hall out on the left. You see that the engagement has begun, and the Town Hall has taken massive damage from those Sneaky Goblins, firing away at that building. Since it is considered a storage, that is going to be bonus damage on top, and the second star has been claimed, but the main attack now is starting to wither away as bats are going to be the last big thrust into the top corner, taking out some structures and spreading out now. They are not great at all against splash damaged structures, and I still see two big wizard towers facing them down over on the left compartment there, Itzu.
Yeah, and he has 2 freezers left, but it's going to be hard to take those down, especially now with all of the lava pups from the defending Lava Hound. 30 seconds, and I think we're going to see yet again a Super Witch attack to fail. They had only a 37% hit rate over the pre-qualifier. In combination with Lightnings, it was even lower. So I'm really surprised to see Div choosing this attack strategy, because this is going to be a below 90% on this attack, which I think on Tower 14 is not something where you're aiming for. So this attack was not really helping the tank. Instead, it seems like history might repeat and they might lose yet again against Marcos Gaming if Marcos on the other side can now do yet again another attack as they just did. And then we can see the problem in that core. There was just so much damage, so many giant bombs, then the multi-throwing towers and the 2 ground expos from the tunnel comporting shooting non-stop. And the Royal Champion being stuck on that Lava Hound. All of this together was not a good combination. And this is giving a great defense for the Marcos Gaming side. Even though he tried to save this with the bats, but it was just not enough to make this work, Woody.
Marcos Gaming is a team that has come out and promised to their fans on social media that they will return stronger, that they will learn from their defeats. And I gotta say, based upon their performance today and what we've seen in the pre-qualifiers, they seem to me maybe not the best team in the world yet, but the team that is improving at the most rapid pace. Marcos Gaming has got their eyes on that World Championship stage this year, and they are not going to be satisfied with anything less than qualification in the very first month. Let's see if Death can keep his team on track to making that happen. A 3-star here would virtually clinch their nomination. Even a 2-star in the high percentages would keep them ahead of Vatang. Starting off strong with Inferno Dragons, another attack threat that we've seen perform so well with those balloons right out in front to get massive damage on defensive structures. He's got a long way to go to get that Town Hall in the bottom corner of the base, but he is on the path for victory, marching dominantly and aggressively with really quick spell usage. Is it going to reward him in the long run, though, Itzy?
Yeah, not really sure, but the clan cast was just really genius. That's actually a legendary clan cast, which is kind of popular, especially built against like Inferno Dragons or Electro Dragons. And this is like a mass archer and maybe a witch clan cast, because all of those different troops, you cannot catch all of them at one point in that poison. Now we see a really unusual siege machine. The battle ram is getting used to take down the town hall. The queen at the same time is taken down by the poison. Now it's all about the last scatter shot. The Royal Champion is closing in, trying to take that down. Lassie is following, and we have that Royal Champion trying to take down the cannon, trying to take down the scatter shot. And there's the double skeleton, and that skeleton trap might be the MVP for the defense. We have to see and wait if the Expo and all of the skeletons can provide some more defense. And now the freeze. Can the Royal Champion stay alive, Woody? What do you think?
I think she might just have it. She's got quite a few hit points, big DPS. She's right on top of her 2 targets, fired away at the Expo, finish off the cannon.
Oh.
That's the last line of defense. What's down?
Oh
so
my
she has
goodness.
just a shred of health left. Death has got to pray that she doesn't walk over any bombs, but I think that that's it with the last structure in sight. An overwhelming victory for Marcos Gaming. The Indian squad is on the war path to victory and seems indomitable. Another 3-star. Vatang picking up an early lead, but not able to hold on to it. They clinched with their fists and it fell right through their fingers. Marcos Gaming there to grab it up again, and past history will be prelude for the future. The once win from Marcos Gaming is now echoing again with another pickup. Congrats to Death.
I think we have already seen now the closest defense yet with like a 99.999%. And now the closest 3-star at the same time as well, with the Royal Champion surviving just with that little bit of HP. And we can see the pet combination, which we just saw in the attack as well, with the King and the Yak, the Unicorn and the Queen. And we have the Warden and the Owl and the Royal Champion with the last just to empower this back end powerhouse of the Royal Champion and taking down the scatter shot. And this was an awesome attack. And as you said, so important for the match because this means now Vatang needs a 3-star. That's it. Like they have to 3-star to have even a chance of staying in this match. And we have now Urek coming in with a Queen Charge hybrid attack on this base.
Urek is by no means known for being the clutch hitter on this Vatang squad. He actually had got a 4 out of 6 3-star hit rate in the pre-qualifier matches, but I don't know. This might be his time to shine. If he knows the stakes that he must get a 3-star or his team is walking home, what sort of pressure does that put on the mind of an attacker? How can they keep their cool when they know that so much is up against them when you're behind and having to attack first? It just really seems like the odds are stacked up against Urek right now, too.
Yeah, it's really hard to like stay calm and everything, but he's a good legendary pusher as well, where you have to exactly train skill set like this. So let's see if he mastered it and it was worth putting all of the time into Legend League and so on. And he's starting into that town hall quickly, taking out the town hall and the clan castle early on. And now it's all about the hybrid and the spring traps. Those spring traps are really the big threat to any hybrid. Like there's no counterplay with those spring traps, and now the poison is being such a slowdown for the queen. And another double ground skeleton trap is popping up to delay this queen even more, and the hybrid just has started, Woody.
Urek told us that Queen Charge Hybrid is his favorite attack composition, so he is playing from a position of advantage here, dropping heal spells with perfect placement to protect the Hogs and Miners from that multi-target Inferno, starting to really heat things up. But there's 2 more that they gotta knock down, and things are really starting to get a bit gummed up here over on the left side of the field. Wizards are stacking deep and far down on the bottom side, but do they have enough out in front to keep them safe? That P.E.K.K.A. has taken a lot of fire, and I don't know, man. The army is actually doing a really good job of clumping back up now. They've spread out and have refocused fire down in the bottom compartment there, finishing off another multi-target Inferno, whomping out that Eagle artillery. There are still a lot of troops left on the field, but they are out of spell support now, and that scatter shot is deadly, it too.
Yeah, now it's all about the Hawk Riders at the bottom, slowly making their way into the scatter shot, but the scatter shot is non-stop shooting. The scatter shot has to get taken down, and it's finally dropping. But at this point, there's only 30 seconds left, and the multi-inferno tower is not falling. And this is not looking good for Urek. This is not looking good for Vatang, with the last defenses still staying up, and the base building team of Marcus Gaming did such an amazing job so far. It seems like the miners and everything tried to push through. Maybe the Warden and the Owl can finish this. Their defense is taking on that Owl. Now the wall break to take down another bidding. This is one less bidding they have to worry about. But this is 4 seconds, and I don't think that he can make this in time. So this is a heartbreaker. 98% for Urek, Woody. And this is, well, not the attack they were hoping for.
A heartbreaker for Vatang. Take another quick look at the early stage here as we move through the replay. I gotta say it straight to you, man. Urek, you wrecked 98% of that base, but leaving that 2% up is gonna make all the difference when the war is counted out in the end. Now, fortunately, we do have a double elimination bracket set up for Vatang, so fans of that team, you have a chance for redemption later on. But with that 5th and final attack, I think that the stage is set now for a victory lap by Marcos Gaming.
Yeah, if they can now have a really successful attack, like even a 2-star attack on this one, it should be already enough. So let's take a look. And that base kind of looks similar to one of the Clash Worlds finalist bases of last year. So he just converted this Town Hall 13 base into a Town Hall 14 base. It seems like the Town Hall is slowly taken down by the sneaky goblins. So whenever you see like the Town Hall magically losing some hit points, it is because there are some invisible sneaky goblins beating on that Town Hall. And the unfortunate thing is the Unicorn has to sit down and rest because the cannon was taking shots at that Unicorn. And this is already one of the powerhouses, one of the pets taken down. And now Cyril tries to push further inside the base with that one jump spell, trying to push into the base. And maybe we are going to see some jumping wall breakers. Jump spell on top of this dead zone. And then the jumping wall breakers into the core. That might be something which we're going to witness just in a couple of seconds. This was an update a couple of months ago. And it's so cool looking. Having the wall break jumping phase. Just pay attention to that in a couple of seconds as the Queen is approaching the multi-inferno tower. First red mines are getting triggered. There's another red mine, so the healers are staying safe. And as soon as he feels safe, he's going to wall break into that scatter compartment. There we see it. Jump and get into that core. And that Queen can now reach everything.
He pulled it off perfectly. Jump in the wall, super wall breaker, and then raging it straight toward that wall. That is a picture-perfect demolition. Reminding me sort of how Bernal's hits with Queen charges deep behind enemy lines. Yes. Serial Killer is getting maximum value out of this attack. He is the big man on this Marcos Gaming lineup. The captain of the squad. The clutch hitter coming in at number 5 with the 1-star secured. The second is within reach. Another 2%. And there it is. Marcos Gaming clear for victory. They will be advancing over Vatang once again and moving on to face off against Space Station Gaming later on today.
Yeah, but just take a look at that attack. That is so overpowering. It's just insane loom parade. Every single defense has been taken out. This has one of the most crushing attacks of the day so far, even though we have seen only this one match. But this attack, this was just the beauty of an attack. The jumping wall breakers. And now the rest of the base should be an easy cleanup for this Looms. And the Royal Champ even survived as well. Like 3 out of 4 heroes survived in this attack. This is perfect showcase of how to Queen charge Lalo. And I think, yeah, Marcos Gaming has showed it. Like they are ready. They are ready for this qualifier. And we have Marcos Gaming winning that one.